back to the technology part. As you know, the British has the beginning place of the machinery revolution back to like 100 years before. But now we are experiencing a time of the AI revolution and the computing revolution. So as a Britisher, what's your opinion on this new kind of revolution? And what do you think the Chinese position in this kind of change?
Basically, I'd give them the advice to continue with what they're doing, because I think that their policy is very sensible. I mean, let's look at it from the point of view of the world, right? Most of the world does not want a conflict. It doesn't want conflict between the United States and China. It wants to get on with economic development. The world economy is divided into two parts. One part, which consists of China and the big global South economies, are growing fast. I mean, China's the biggest and it's adding most to world GDP, but India is growing fast, Indonesia is growing fast, Vietnam is growing fast, and other global South countries are. These are big economies now. They don't want anything to do with protectionism. They're increasing their trade with China. That's why the effect of the tariffs of the US didn't have a big effect on China's trade. I mean, this is one of the two big macroeconomic variables which are making China's economy successes. One is China invests more than any other developing country in the world in R&D, about 2.6% of GDP. That's twice as much as any other developing country. The second thing, however, is China invests twice as much as the United States. What does this mean? That means China turns innovation, because what the R&D does is it creates innovation. It's able to turn it into products more rapidly than any other country. I mean, look at cars. 5 years ago, China was nowhere as a big car exporter. Now it's the world's leading car exporter. It dominates renewable energy. It produces 80% of solar panel products in the world. It therefore takes its high level of R&D spending and is able to use its high level of investments to turn that very rapidly into products. And that's really the fundamental things which is driving China's economy.
But you know that you mentioned the green transformation and also the green energy, the car exporter, the EV cars. But some leaders of the big countries, they say the green transformation is a joke. The green transformation is a fake story. The green transformation is prohibited the Western countries from developing. Do you agree with this idea?
The point is that green energy is now becoming cheaper than fossil fuel energy. If you look at the latest study, for 86% of global electricity supply, renewable energy is now cheaper than fossil fuels. That's why in the United States, on the one hand, Trump is proclaiming we don't want green energy and we're going to all have fossil fuels. But actually, even in America, are investing huge amounts of renewable energy. And in the global South, it's going even faster. And that's why Trump is going to be completely incapable of stopping it taking place, because the country is going to invest in those things which give them the best value for money. And that's now become green energy. So far from it being a joke. And of course, China has now become the most important supplier of green energy to the world, and EVs.
Y la verdad que estoy contento con el vehículo. Calidad-precio, digamos, muy buena.
Las marcas chinas, a tener toda la tecnología allí, es mucho más ágil y más rápida.
Han crecido, están en torno ya a un 10% más o menos.
The United States is going to be stuck in a ghetto producing fossil fuel powered cars, while the rest of the world is making a transition to EVs. That's what's going to happen over the next 20 years.